Hello everyone and welcome to English Panisa. In this video we are going to discuss Knowledge Its Own End by John Henry Newman. Now in this essay John Henry Newman articulates his belief that the goal of education is not to produce immediate practical benefits but to cultivate the intellect. He asserts that knowledge has intrinsic worth independent of its utility. In this essay, John Henry defines the true purpose of a university as fostering intellectual development, where learning is pursued for the sake of learning itself. Before moving further, let us know about the author John Henry Newman. He was a significant figure in 19th century religious thought, originally an Anglican priest who later converted to Roman Catholicism. He became a cardinal in 1879. Henry Newman was an intellectual theologian and philosopher, best known for his contribution to educational theory and Christian doctrine. His major works, including The Idea of University, which is published in 1852, relate his belief in the value of liberal education and the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake. Lesson knowledge is own and from the idea of university, John Henry Newman elaborates on his view of education, particularly emphasizing that knowledge is valuable for its own sake, not merely for the practical benefits it may bring. So the essay Newman begins by defining the nature and purpose of a university. He argues that the fundamental purpose of a university is not to impart vocational skills or to enforce a particular moral doctrine, but to develop the intellect. Poses the notion that universities should be utilitarian institutions primarily focused on producing professionals for specific jobs. Instead, he believes that the goal of a university is to cultivate students' minds and foster intellectual growth. Also stresses that universities should provide a broad education that covers a wide range of subjects and disciplines. According to him, a university should not prioritize specialized or technical knowledge over general intellectual development. He sets the stage for his main argument by emphasizing the intrinsic value of knowledge in any form, whether or not it has immediate practical utility. Knowledge as an end itself. So, in this essay, Newman argues that knowledge is inherently valuable and has its own reward. He believes that knowledge enriches the mind, making individual more capable of understanding and engaging with the world. Now, this intellectual cultivation is a worthy goal, even if it does not directly result in economic or material benefits. And he also acknowledges that the practical knowledge, such as professional or vocational training, it is important, but warns against reducing education to means of achieving only material success. Instead, he advocates for a broader vision of education, where the pursuit of knowledge for the sake of learning, which is considered a noble and sufficient goal. So, through this essay, John Henry Newman compared the university knowledge with the arts. He said that both are pursued for the interesting joy and satisfaction they bring. Just as artists create works of beauty for their own sake, scholars pursue knowledge for the intellectual and personal fulfillment which we provide. Newman also discusses the role of university in broader society. He argues that the university is not merely a place to train individuals for specific professions. Rather, it is a space where the mind is trained to think critically, analyze ideas, and engage with a wide range of subjects. This intellectual training, according to Newman, is crucial for the development of well rounded individuals who are capable of contributing to society in meaningful ways. He also believes that a true university education prepares students for life, not just for work. By developing their intellectual abilities, students can become better equipped to engage with the world, make informed decisions, and participate in the intellectual, cultural, and moral life of society. So Newman emphasizes that a broad liberal education provides individuals with the tools to understand and navigate complex issues, even those outside their immediate areas of expertise. In this essay, Newman shows the benefits of liberal education. He contrasts the benefits of a liberal education with more narrowly focused vocational training. Means vocational training has practical value. So he argues that it limits the scope of the individual's intellectual development, whereas the liberal education that allows individuals to develop a wide range of intellectual abilities that they can apply in various aspects of their lives. He also asserts that the educated person shaped by liberal education has a more refined intellect and a greater capacity for critical thought, allows them to approach problems and questions from a more informed and thoughtful perspective. So Newman believes that the value of the kind of education lies in its ability to enrich the individual's life, not just in terms of career perspectives, but in fostering intellectual curiosity, independence, and the love of learning. In this essay, Newman criticized the utilitarian education. He critiques the growing tendency in his time to view education primarily in utilitarian terms, where the focus is on material or economic benefits it provides. He opposes the idea that the value of education should be measured solely by its practical results, such as job preparedness or the acquisition of specific technical skills. He also expresses concerns that such an approach limits the true potential of education and diminishes the value of intellectual exploration. One of Newman's key points is that a liberal education fosters intellectual virtues such as curiosity, clarity of thought, and the ability to reason. So, in this essay, he suggests that the skill developed through such an education, critical thinking, logical reasoning, and the broad understanding of various disciplines equip students to face a wide range of challenges in life, regardless of their specific career paths. And Newman also believes that a liberal education cultivates moral virtues. While he acknowledges that universities are not directly responsible for moral education, he argues that the intellectual development fostered by liberal education can lead to personal growth and a deeper understanding of moral and ethical issues. End of this discourse, Newman explores how the pursuit of knowledge can positively influence one's character. He argues that intellectual growth leads to a sense of personal discipline, humility, and respect for truth. By constantly seeking knowledge and striving to understand complex issues, individuals develop a deeper appreciation for truth, which in turn influences their personal and moral development. And he concludes by reiterating that knowledge is valuable for the ways it transforms the individual intellectually and morally. And he also suggests that the process of learning and intellectual engagement refines the mind, shape character, and enhance one's ability to live a thoughtful and reflective life. So here in this we have multiple themes, but Newman's primary theme is that knowledge is valuable in itself, and its pursuit is an end. Not merely a means to an end, he elevates intellectual culture and the pursuit of truth above practical and vocational goals. And he also explained the purpose of university education. Means the university, in Newman's view, is a place where minds are trained to think critically, not just where students are prepared for specific professions or jobs. So he argues for a broader, more holistic understanding of education. In this essay, he contrasts the intellectual development fostered by liberal education with a growing focus on utilitarian or job specific training. Means nowadays people are enrolling themselves in utilitarian or job specific training. He argues that universities should focus on expanding the intellect of individual rather than catering to the immediate demands of the economy. So, this is not a central theme of this essay, but Newman's broader work often touches on the reconciliation between faith and reason, suggesting that intellectual development also fosters moral growth, even if indirectly. So, in Knowledge of Its Own End, John Henry Newman presents a strong defense of the intrinsic value of education, asserting that the development of the intellect is a significant goal of university study. His ideas challenge modern trends in education that emphasizes practical marketable skills over intellectual growth. Newman's discourse remains relevant, especially in contemporary debates about the role of universities, liberal arts education, and the purpose of learning. So, through this text, Newman reminds us that the true aim of education is not just to equip students with vocational skills, but to nurture the intellectual faculties that will enable them to live thoughtful and meaningful lives. Because the knowledge gained through library education may not have immediate practical applications, but it contributes to the development of well rounded, critically thinking individuals who can adapt and contribute to the society in various ways. So, this is all for today's video. Knowledge is owned and by John Henry Newman. I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos and thanks for watching.